I was told a couple days ago that Xbox is dead. They told me to say RIP to Xbox. And today I have one question. Why didn't someone tell Konami that? Because news is coming out that Silent Hill 2 remake is coming to Xbox. Yes, the release of Silent Hill 2 it's imminent on Xbox. But why would Konami waste money bringing this game to Xbox? After all, Xbox is dead, right?
Who had been saying that? Who said that? Who said that? Who said that?
Goofies. Now, in addition to that, we would have seen there are more games being added to play anyway. This is a real underrated feature here by Xbox, but this feature is crazy. All you have to do is buy a game once and you can play it on console, you can play it on PC, you can play it on other devices. Play anyway. Crazy. You continue from which part if you buy it on PC, you can continue it on console exactly where you saved. I mean, that feature is really unique. And we are just seeing some notable titles are being added to play anywhere. We're seeing Baldur's Gate. We are seeing that Fallout 4 might get a play anywhere feature as well in the future, in the near future. I mean, it's just going crazy. But I mean, Xbox is dead. Why are all these features still coming? Xbox is dead. I mean, I don't understand why they are doing it. At this point, Xbox should be a walking dead.
What the hell? Oh! What? That Bible! Bible! That boy wrong birthday! They know! Bible! They got a Bible! Yeah, Bible! Oh, look at that move! Look at that move, Bible! They know! Bible! I bet you won't!
Yes, right now, all the ponies are talking about is Xbox is dead. But you know what's very interesting about this Xbox is dead saga? It just so happened that Digital Foundry would have pit the dead console, the Xbox Series X and S, against the console that is alive, the console that is the best consoles in the world right now, the PlayStation 5 and the PlayStation 5 Pro, and they had a little versus when it comes to who is running the Outer Worlds 2 the best. Now let's look and see if it is that the dead console would be any match for the console that is really finding the generation. Let's see.
PS5 and Series X look quite similar. The PS5 performance mode has a slightly softer output and a bit more image breakup, with an internal resolution that is a bit lower than Series X, at roughly 1080p in the shots I tested. Visual settings though seem similar between the two consoles. Performance in this mode is decent, but worse than Series X, with occasional framerate drops, which are accompanied by screen tearing. I only had time to scour the first planet on PlayStation consoles, but in these performance hotspots, you can see dips. Quality mode is a bit more of a match to compare balance mode in appropriate detail, owing to capture limitations, but I did notice a bit of a lighting delta between the two in some shots, suggesting perhaps some small downgrades on PS5. PS5 Pro does something interesting, though it's not entirely welcome. I don't want to talk about visual settings or resolutions here, which seem close to Series X. Instead, the main differentiator on PS5 Pro is PSSR. Yes, Sony's proprietary upscaler appears to be in use on PS5 Pro consoles, judging from its characteristic noise, edge resolve, and pulsing patterns on foliage. The problem with PSSR in this game in particular is that it seems to interact very unfavorably with the game's lumen lighting. On other consoles, lumen is mostly free of distracting noise patterns, but PS5 Pro is remarkably unstable around typical lumen pain points and is less than ideal in general gameplay. PSSR often interacts unfavorably with RT lighting effects, which usually lean on upscalers to produce a visually acceptable result. I'd be curious to hear what other players think of the PSSR use in The Outer Worlds 2, once they get their hands on the finished game. This isn't the worst combination of UE5 and PSSR I've seen, as Silent Hill F proves more problematic. But I don't think that PSSR is the right upskiller for this title, at least in the implementation here. In performance terms, expect a turnout in these modes that's similar to PS5. Framerate dips and more intense encounters are common, and the general run of play is noticeably worse than Series X.
You didn't just say that.
The Outer Worlds 2 is an excellent looking console game, and on Xbox, I think this is a very good technical experience. Expect solid performance on both Xbox Series machines, with satisfactory image quality and full-throated visual features on Series S. In Alex's testing, lower-end PC CPUs seem to struggle in denser areas, which just isn't the case on Xbox. But PS5 consoles are a little shakier.
Let me just say, shame on you, Xbox team. I mean, you have no right running this game better because you are a dead platform. You have no business running this game better than the PlayStation 5 Pro because the Xbox is dead. Even the Series S is getting some punches in. What a shame. What a shame. Now guys, if it is your liking, what it is you're hearing, what it is you're seeing, do me a favor and hit that like and subscribe button. We are on the road to 5,000 subscribers. So do your boy a favor and hit that like and subscribe button today. Now let's move on to the next topic. I've been doing YouTube for just over 2 years. And in my time doing YouTube, I have experienced some sick ponies. Yes, their reasoning is sick, their hypocrisy is sick, and so many things about these ponies are just wrong. But this particular pony here, his reasoning behind what he's about to say is making me think that this guy is doing more crack than even Dreamcast guy.
I'm clapping. I'm praising. I feel like I just snorted cocaine or something. I'm so excited. And I never did that before. For the record. For the record.
You see, Matt Booty, who is the president of game content and studios at Microsoft Gaming, made a statement. He said he's not in competition with Nintendo or PlayStation or other consoles. He's in competition with media outlets like TikTok and movies and so forth. Now, when he said that, we understood that Matt Booty would have been talking about being in competition with, other media that takes the time away from kids, from adults. Yes, Matt Booty is basically saying that he's in the entertainment business, and his competition is anything that takes time away from the consumer when it comes to entertainment. So we understand that fully. Did you guys know what these ponies said? Basically, why they are going to do that? Listen to what this pony is saying here.
I think what's pertinent to this conversation is the Forza Horizon that you get next year is probably going to be the last that you get of that type. And here's why, because of this conversation. When you look at and you string together the comments of Bond, Booty, and Nadella over the last few days, they mean one thing. That means they are planning on cranking out content that is made to compete with TikTok.
I beg your damn pardon. They did not see the camera. It's a camera and a microphone.
In YouTube short format video. That means that content has got to be low cost. It's got to be delivered in quick iterations. It's got to be delivered much faster.
Matt Booty actually
gaming industry.
So are you guys hearing what these ponies are insinuating? These guys are saying that you will no longer get games that like Forza, like Forza Horizon, how that was a full-fledged AAA game and how that game was just a masterpiece. And he's saying that no, they're going to no longer make games like that. Instead, they are going to dumb it down, like what J-Dub would have been supporting them by saying they're going to make it short, low budget. So basically, what Microsoft is going to do is make video games like TikTok. So these video games might be like 3 minutes long, 4 minutes long. Guys, you hear the sickness?
This is a sickness. It is deviant. Therefore, we don't.
I don't. Oh.
And it's
Well,
gotta
like-
be delivered.
well, D-
and it's gotta be
D-
delivered at high.
I wouldn't go.
margins.
I wouldn't go that.
Well,
far.
he's.
That's
Well,
that's
wait.
exactly-
Well,
this-
no.
this
Well,
is
wait a minute,
exactly-
wait a minute,
this is
wait.
exactly what they have to do.
like when we use critical thinking here, when they're really what they're really saying is that they're competing for the time, not that they want to make
Nope,
cheap.
that's not
crap,
the
like-
entire.
Not even D-Batch, his fellow pony bot, is agreeing with him. This guy honestly thinks that Microsoft is going to stop make AAA games and is now going to make games that last 4 to 10 minutes. What madness is going on right now in the PlayStation community? These are the guys that you're all talking about. And look at his name, Game Logic. This is insane.
That's not the entirety of what they said.
What?
They said they're competing for that
No.
time, and
Hold on.
Saki said it's got to be high
Well,
margin.
that's an interpretation of things. That's
That's not an interpretation. That's exactly what they said.
He did say high
So
margin,
wait,
yeah,
so-
good
You need to pull the quote.
Here's the thing,
Yeah,
Matt,
that's
Matt
exactly
Booty.
what they
So
said
I
at
just
the end.
I just went on Google and I put in Matt Booty AA games. This is
You know what, guys? I'll stop that video there. We will play that video in our podcast later this Sunday because this is crazy. We have to react to this live. These ponies are nuts. So, yes, we all know that there are a number of different social interactions that are taking the time away from kids, from adults, and what have you. So, Microsoft have an uphill battle to make compelling content to pull persons away from these types of mediums. And I'm excited to see how they would go about doing that because that would mean great content for us. That would mean great games for gamers. So let me hear what you thought about that pony saying here what? Microsoft is no longer making AAA games. They are going to make TikTok games. Wow, 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 wow. Let me know what you thought about it in the comment sections below. Guys, don't forget to like and subscribe for more videos. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.